Hey Aquarius Pisces, welcome into your Gemini season tarot reading. I thank you so much for tuning in this message here at Cusp of Roses. My name is Gabrielle. For anybody new here, welcome in. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you are a channel member tuning into this message early, I love you so very much and I thank you so very much for your love and support. It truly means a lot to me and it really goes a long way, y'all. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you kindly. All right, let's get into this, Aquarius Pisces. Gemini season has been a doozy to channel, so bear with me, y'all, all right? Divine Universe, show me what's going on here with Aquarius Pisces during Gemini season. What do they need to be most importantly aware of? What's going on? You've got the Castle. This has come out for several energies, okay? I shuffled this deck quite a bit. In between readings, you also have the Whale. Ooh. And the Bell, okay, with the Feather at the bottom. Another popular message here. I think if there was ever a time to really dig into the depth of your mind, it would be now, Aquarius Pisces, okay? I definitely feel like you're getting some sort of notifications, alerts, wake-up call kind of an energy from the divine. I almost want to say to dive a little deeper into something or sink a little deeper into something. Whether that's rest, like find a little bit more rest or rest where you are. Build where you are for some of y'all. And or pay attention to the deep waves of energy that might come over you. This could be emotional energy here with the Whale. Whale energy can also be your subconscious mind, okay? Comes off very Piscean for me, so spot on there for you if that resonates. I think there is maybe some sort of alarm or notification or alert trying to come up from your subconscious about where you are right now in life or on your path or in your journey. Like there's some sort of sign that lets you know you've made it. The Feather is also another sign energy in this deck. This is the Alchemy of Spirit Oracle by Christina Gonzalez, for those of you new here. So you got 21, 34, and 62. 21 is a 3, 34 is a 7, 62 is an 8. So 3, 7, and 8 could also be significant numbers. Now let me make sure this is all in frame. As best as it could be, yeah. Okay. Tell me about this castle. Let's just get right into it. Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the base of all of this. There's something from your subconscious that's trying to be conscious, trying to be in your awareness. Maybe there is some sort of milestone or some sort of dream that's been realized, Aquarius Pisces, that you kind of need to touch base with or accept or sit in for a little bit rather than move on to the next thing. Clarify the Castle. What does the Castle mean for Aquarius Pisces? The Hangman and the Lovers, but it's in reverse. Everything you maybe want is right in front of you or all around you. The World and the Fool. If you've been praying for some sort of new beginning, fresh start kind of an energy. Ooh, feels like that could be coming in this season, the World. Something permanent. Some of you have manifested the world that you've always wanted, or something that you've desired for a really long time. And that's what I mean. It's like, rather than look for what's next, spend a little bit more time in that world energy, feeling that support, cherishing this kind of somewhat of an accomplishment maybe. Congratulations though, Aquarius Pisces, if that's relevant. You got the 9 of Wands with the King of Wands. Maybe celebrating your accomplishments is a bit difficult. Maybe whatever you have accomplished, it's kind of bittersweet with this 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands. As much as you maybe want to celebrate being in that world energy, it wasn't easy. You know, maybe there was a lot of loss, or there was a lot of harsh truths that you had to accept in some way. Okay? Page of Wands. Maybe because the world can be Saturn, maybe this was a phase where you experienced some sort of limitation in a way that you weren't really comfortable with or not used to. So it kind of took you out of your innocence in a way. There's something very innocent about this Page of Wands. You got the 8 of Pentacles. Something maybe ended up being a lot deeper than you thought it would be. Nine of Cups, but it's your wish fulfillment. King of Wands again back out here. Okay. A wish being granted. The 9 of Cups is also Piscean energy. 2 of Wands and the 9 of Swords fell out here on the floor. What's between the Whale and the Bell? Oh my goodness. Okay. All the cards are just going to keep falling. Hold on. 4 of Wands in reverse. Maybe you desired some sort of separation from something, or like maybe you walked away from something or someone here. And I kind of get that even though this might not be ideal, even though this might not be what you thought it would be, what you had hoped for, somehow you're happier. It's like you're accepting something that isn't maybe the ideal, but it's reality. Or having to face something like that. Accepting something for what it is. Maybe you had high hopes. Maybe that's why the Page of Wands fell on the 3 of Swords. Maybe you had high hopes for something or someone or some sort of 4 of Wands, contract, dynamic, relationship, partnership. I don't know, maybe you're kind of, some of you aren't kind of clocking how happy you actually are, despite something not being ideal or working out the way you thought it would. Maybe that's something you felt like you wouldn't get to with this 9 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. Yeah, maybe Aquarius Pisces, there was a little moment where you felt like you would never be happy, or you wouldn't get back to your joy, or you wouldn't reconnect with yourself, like you lost yourself in something. And don't worry, that's very human. We all do it from time to time, okay? But it feels like you're finding your way back. Come on now, y'all. I can't make it up. You're finding your way back. Ace of Cups. Also falling right on the 3 of Swords. Make sure you apply what you know. Queen of Pentacles energy, okay? Now you know your worth, especially if this was centered around a relationship or a partnership that no longer is. Maybe the Page of Wands, I almost called it the Page of Swords, okay? I was feeling like it could be a child. That although it might be heartbreaking, that, again, something didn't necessarily go the way you had hoped, the child is a blessing, or the life that you're now able to live with your child is a blessing. And again, you've learned a lot of lessons with this Queen of Pentacles energy, and especially about self-love. Period. 2 aces back to back. Let's go, Aquarius, Pisces, okay? Not only self-love, but how to pay attention to your spirit, the importance of that joy and elation and excitement and inspiration. And I think through this process, whatever this is representing for you, okay, whatever cycle you're closing out here with the world and Saturn again moving into Aries soon, it's come with this newfound awareness of who you really are and what's really important to you, the heart of the matter and the spirit that you carry. Aces are like cardinal energy for me, so there's this kind of spark that comes, some sort of ignition or fuel or kind of push. Something to definitely like lift your spirits or move you forward. Something about Mars could also be very significant. Mars has been creeping all through these readings. Tell me about the bell for Aquarius, Pisces. The Ace of Swords in reverse. Oi. With the 7 of Cups. 3 aces back to back is wild. I do not know why these cards keep turning. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords in reverse with the 7 of Cups. But this is what's missing. Clarity. It's almost as if this Ace of Cups and Ace of Wands shows up, but there's some sort of misunderstanding. Something that still can't be seen quite yet. Maybe that's why the Hangman is in reverse. You know what else I'm getting? It's that energy of, I thought this would make me happy, but it doesn't. I thought this would fill my cup, but it hasn't fully. There's still something missing. So maybe Gemini season is a season of you discovering what's actually missing. What are you looking for? What are you chasing after? What are your desires leading you to? You might see a compass here, or maybe you have a compass. So maybe your North Node is significant here. Where is my North Node taking me now? I don't know if that's fully clear just yet, and that's okay. If it's not, don't freak out about that, Aquarius, Pisces. I think what's most important for you in this season is you continuing to work towards your 9 of Cups, whatever that might be. And even if there isn't a child, like outside of yourself, right? Physical embodiment of a child, this could be your inner child energy that might be heartbroken about, you know, I don't know, what hasn't happened, what has happened. Maybe there's that sense of, I thought I would be here at a certain time, and then maybe all that's kind of melting away. But I feel like the more you focus in that 8 of Pentacles, the clearer your 9 of Cups will become, or the stronger that energy will be. But it does seem like there is some sort of divine alert system kind of like going off right now that's trying to lead you to some sort of truth, but maybe the ego with the 6 of Wands isn't allowing you to embrace that Ace of Swords just yet. Okay. And mind you, the ego is not a negative thing. It's not something you should kill. According to my belief, okay, it's how it's always been channeled to me. It's not something that you should kill. It's something that keeps you alive. You need to have a healthy ego to be here, all right, in this realm. Otherwise, you wouldn't have it. But it is something that shifts and changes, that can be reconstructed and configured and customized based off of whatever it is that you need and wherever you are in this moment, okay? So maybe there's a part of your ego that's ready to shed, ready to be kind of released. I don't know if y'all probably can't hear that helicopter. Yeah, maybe you need like a bird's eye view here, Aquarius Pisces. You're not alone in that energy either. There's a lot of the collective that's kind of taking a step back so they can see the bigger picture, as opposed to getting caught up in the small details. Clarify the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Cups. In reverse. Yeah, why? Why is this in reverse? Death energy. There's still some sort of change that has to happen. It's like you're being alerted to the changes that you need to make. Okay. Again, and you're not alone in this. A lot of people are shifting and making changes. The way the world is shifting is forcing us to really look at that, right? What needs to shift in our own lives. Something about that is very relevant. Maybe the times that we're in now is starting to pull certain things out of your subconscious for you to look at so that you can be best equipped for what's to come. And some of that, and again, ego, some of that requires shedding some sort of the mask that you've built or created to keep yourself safe, to protect you, to move forward, to handle your environment. And it could be that Aquarian energy that might just be struggling with wrapping the mind, the mental around the changes needed. Yeah, maybe about the Two of Pentacles, work-life balance. What used to work might not really work anymore, but how do you keep moving forward while still attending to all your needs and all your responsibility, especially with the Eight of Pentacles here. All right, let's read it from the book. Find the book. Again, the Castle seems to be a favorite this season. A moment of wholeness comes with the Castle. And it says that it's time to own your story and embrace all the chapters of your life, Aquarius Pisces. It's time for celebration and recognition. Pat yourself on the back. You've made it. You've sailed through uncertainty. You've dived into joy. And you're here today. So honor and be grateful for your story. Take a moment to look back and see how far you've come. It's been a long road, and the passage of the years has not been in vain. You've grown and become resilient in your own way. Look at the beautiful person that you are. Recognize the power within you and make an inventory of the blessings that have come your way. So attitude of gratitude. Very, very powerful mindset, okay? Celebrate your life, feel accomplished, thrive in joy, and recognize your hard work and progress in all aspects of your life. You've been drifting for far too long now. It's your time to thrive, okay? Okay. I think that drift is this Hangman in reverse. Maybe there is some sort of enlightenment, higher level of awareness, something that you need to see that you've been avoiding. You're not alone again in that. That's happening a lot in the collective consciousness, okay? You can't run from certain things anymore, especially not with Saturn moving into Aries. That's putting a spotlight on the self. Everybody's looking at the self now, okay? In a way to learn more discipline, in a way to grow, in a way to mature, you know? And maturing isn't bad. Maturing isn't discarding or disregarding your inner child by any means. No, it's just making sure that you are holding yourself accountable and responsible for your side of the street, your side of the connection, your side of the bargain, whatever it might be. Okay, for all that's in your control. Everything else outside of it, you can let that go, right? But maybe that's what you're stepping into, a deeper awareness of what really is in your control. And maybe it's a little bit more than you originally thought at one point. Maybe in some way, in shape or form, you've been breaking your own heart by not stepping into that power, not stepping into that awareness, okay? Take it only again as it resonates. Let's talk about the whale and 34. All right, this is the spirit of temperance. Interesting, okay. Things are not happening to you as a vendetta of the universe. The furniture is not hitting your little toe on purpose. Life is not trying to get you, Aquarius-Pisces. But if you've been living in anxiety, it sometimes feels like you're being pushed by everything and everyone around you. So if you've been feeling unease, the spirit of the whale brings you the message of temperance. Find the middle path. Find the balance between reasoning and emotion. Don't react with the impulse of your emotions. It's better to let the ocean of your feelings settle so you can act instead of react. Also, don't act only from your rational mind because you may become too strict and practical, disregarding the sensible needs of your heart. It's in the balance between the mind and the heart that the spirit finds moderation and self-control. That's that Saturn in Aries energy, okay? So go with ease. Take your time, Aquarius-Pisces. Don't be impulsive. Don't say yes unless you mean it. Don't offer more than you can handle and avoid extremes. Living in intense feelings might be tempting, but it will quickly wear down your spirit. So instead, try to always find your middle ground. Okay, so self-control, moderation, patience, and keeping calm is going to be your key to this season, which tells me that there might be some things happening that might be tap dancing on your nerves, Aquarius-Pisces. Try not to overreact. Maybe challenge yourself to not even react at all. Give yourself some time to process your deeper emotions before you do, say, move in any way, shape, or form direction. Think something through. Okay, Gemini season as a collective, we're stepping into the mind. Think something through. Think it all through. Think everything through. And if you're already in that mode and it feels a bit overwhelming, refocus on only the things that are truly in your control. If it's outside of your control, it's outside of your realm of thought for right now. This is how you step into the magician, okay? Especially since you're at that world energy, which tells me that there is a new chapter coming up here that you're headed into, and a new chapter is going to require a new you. So what has to go in order for you to be in that right mind? Okay. Now, something about this energy could feel like your options are limited, like you don't have many options. Maybe that's purposeful. Maybe if you had too many options, this hangman in reverse energy would stay for longer than it needs to. You'd be in that energy for longer than you need to. So the fact that there maybe only seems to be this road of transformation available to you is intentional. Okay, let's talk about the bell in 62. All right, the sign of awakening. All right, the sign of the bell softly says that it's time to wake up, Aquarius-Pisces. The bell ringing is a call from your spirit. You are transitioning from living in a dreamlike state, Seven of Cups, okay, to a state of awareness, the Ace of Swords, period. Thank you for that confirmation, Spirit. Love that. Love when that happens. Okay, you no longer want to be a passive player in your life, and you're ready to take action. This means a moment of uncertainty is coming to an end, and a big announcement could be happening soon. Maybe it's the news you've been waiting to hear or wanting to hear for a long time, the achievement of a goal, or the return of a loved one. Have faith that your time is coming and permit yourself to trust the goodness that is showing up for you, Aquarius Pisces. Pay attention to this sign in your daily life and your dreams. The angels love this instrument to subtly show their presence. So pay attention to where you hear bells. Okay, if you hear ringing in the ear, that could also be a sign from your angels, depending on the side, okay? So you are receiving messages about the action that you need to take, which I do think is this transformation, okay? To shed some part of your ego here, to let something new happen in your life. And maybe even to just embrace the uncertainty. Because it's not a sign that you're in the wrong space or at the wrong place. You're in the right timing of it all. Like you're right where you need to be. Even if that's tough, even if it's hard, even if it's a bit of a struggle. Okay. So clarify a little bit more. What's this castle? Four of Wands. And the Four of Swords. So fours, again, could be very significant for you. Maybe this is bringing into question your foundations in some way. I feel like the Four of Swords is an energy of acceptance, judgment, yeah. Accepting something for what it is. Like I said, there's something being called up from your subconscious mind. And in order for it to integrate into your conscious mind, there's something that has to be let go of. There's something that has to transform. You got to make space and you got to make room for it. So some facet, again, of the ego does not serve you in this season, Aquarius Pisces. And I feel like for those of you that this message is for, you know what I'm talking about. Like you maybe have been feeling it, but not sure how to really go about it, okay? Seven of Swords in reverse. Maybe some of you are very clear or have that kind of peace of mind around it. Again, I think it has to do with this Three of Swords. That's been weighing you down, or that, again, you haven't been ready to look at. Maybe even been trying to take with you. You know, sometimes we can wear those types of situations as a badge of honor, or I know that sounds a little crazy, but you'd be surprised at how much we can identify with our own pain. Maybe that's the part of the mask. Maybe that's a part of the ego that's ready to shed. That doesn't have to represent you anymore, or it doesn't have to be a part of your story anymore, or how you even view yourself. Okay, so maybe there's a lot of self-analysis, self-awareness that you're stepping into here, Aquarius Pisces. Clarify. Eight of Swords. Yeah. Kind of seeing where you've been limiting yourself, or where your viewpoint has maybe even been limited. Seven of Pentacles. Look at all these sevens coming out. So you're definitely being prepared in this season for what's to come, which is this Ace of Swords. I feel like maybe you already have this Ace of Cups. You have the Ace of Wands. Like I was saying, stepping into that Magician energy could be very significant here and important. Kind of the overall energy of Gemini season. Yeah, Knight of Wands. So just be mindful of your impulses. Knight of Cups. And try not to overindulge in your emotions here. Ten of Swords. Yeah, I think there's some part of your story, some part of your narrative, something that maybe has been a major part of your story. Like it's like you're ready to let it go, or ready to move on from it, ready to accept it, ready to have some sort of peace of mind. I just think it's the spirit of acceptance. Like whatever this is, you're no longer running from it. You're just accepting that this is where you're at, this is your reality, or this is what you've been given to work through. I think you might even be surprised at what is limiting your self-belief here with the Eight of Swords. Okay. But that's kind of nodding to what I was saying earlier. Like, just before you think about taking any action, just sit with something a little bit longer than what's comfortable. Okay, so that what you can't see can be revealed to you. Okay, you've got flow as the highest energetic outcome. You've got adventures. You've got success, right? Like the whale said, this isn't the universe working against you, although it could feel that way. This is about realigning you towards, I feel like, your North Node. Getting these swords out of your back with that Ten of Swords, or helping you overcome some sort of mindset that's been holding you back. Illumination fell on the floor here. Inner peace at the bottom. Highest vibrational outcome for Aquarius Pisces. Truth. Again, some of you need to maybe take a moment to really celebrate your success. Like, you're doing better than you think you are. Inner peace in reverse. Yeah, maybe that's a part of it. Maybe that's what's keeping you kind of out of that sense of peace. Maybe there are things you feel like you can do better, and that's fine. Everybody might have that desire to improve, right? I think that that's normal, but there's something here about success that I don't think you're really connecting with, that like you need to connect with. You found some sort of flow throughout all the ups and downs when it comes to that adventure energy. You weren't afraid to discover new things, explore new things, learn new things, and that's something to really be maybe even proud of within yourself. Yeah, this is about thriving. And power. Maybe what you're stepping into is realizing that you've always had the power to activate or find that inner peace, but it just required you embracing some sort of truth here. All right, Aquarius Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I thank you so much for tuning in this message. If you've made it this far, please make sure you drop me a comment down below. Make sure you're also subscribed to the channel, okay? Make sure you also like this video so it can circulate out to your fellow Aquarius Pisces cusp tribe members out there in the YouTube world. I thank you again for being here. And I really do hope that this message serves you well when it's truly meant to, all right? If you enjoyed this reading and you want to watch readings like these on my channel early, completely ad-free, up to 2 weeks early, then they go public, you can join the channel here at the link in the description box below, all right? If you are looking for the astrology cusp readings, the love cusp readings, the new moon, the full moon, first half of the month, second half of the month messages, all of that is now housed. I almost said hosed. All of that is now housed over on Patreon, okay? That link is also in the description box below, child. It's been a day. And if you would like a personal reading with me, you can book that at my website, cuspofroses.com/reads, okay? If any of this felt really kind of in alignment with your story and you want to see how it might be more relevant to you, as this is a general message, so please only take it as such. All right? I really do hope, again, that this was helpful, Aquarius Pisces, and I'll see you in the next season. Namaste.